everybody, and welcome along to this next part of our nature journal, building journal from a kit. This is the trifold piece that we made last time and just kind of needs finishing off. But I stopped it because I was waiting for things to dry and I wanted this to dry completely. I mean, it was, but not completely. So what we're going to do now is make a little notebook to go in there, fit in this little pocket here. So we need some paper. Now it can be paper of any description that you've got. I'm using lined paper. It could be coffee stain paper, it could be scraps of paper. It really doesn't matter at all what you've got. I've got, I don't know, maybe 8 sheets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 8 sheets. But you don't have to, you can have 4, you can have 2, whatever. And I just want to cut those off where I want them. So I'd like them to be about 5.5 inches, 5.5 inches long by 3.5 inches wide. 5.5 by 3.5, so let's chop them off first. Let's just make sure that they're all at that end. I'll cut them off at 5.5. I'm sure you've got some scrap paper around, because like I say, it can be anything. Lovely, and they will make little tiny little books in something else, so don't throw them out. I want this to be 3.5, but I want to cut this round bit off on that end so it doesn't fit with my plans. Plans? Yeah, plans. They're not exactly 100% formulated yet, but they will be. They are scraps, those you can throw out. So 3.5, let's cut that off. Then we've got the basis for our notepad. I'm going to keep those because at some stage you might want just a very thin, strippy journal, so I can't just bring myself to throw that out. So on the top of this, I mean, these are going to go in this pocket. No, they're not, because they're too wide. I need to trim a bit more off. The stitching's brought it in a bit narrower than that, so let's just trim sort of another 1/8 or something off there. Make sure you've got it squared up. I'll try that. I'll just keep trying till I get it right. Because I want it as wide as I can, so it's useful. But I want it to go in that pocket, so. That does go in. Yeah, it does. It does go in. So we need to find a way to attach these to the top, and the best way to do that is to take a bit of the paper that we've been using throughout, and I'd like it to be not very wide, about 1 inch wide. So let's just square that bit up, because I'm sure that will be perfect for our cause, to be honest. We've still got some left. So this is just going to go over the top, get stapled, and where the staples are I'm going to put some lace. That's the plan. So I want that to be probably an inch, no more than an inch I wouldn't say. I'm going to make it 1.25 inches. An inch seems very, very frugal. Save that, you never know, I might need it. And this just gets folded in half. Just, she says. I'm not scoring it, I am literally just going to fold it in half. Like that. There we are. So let's ink around that before we attach it. I'd really like to get this little project, this trifold, done and dusted today, because then I can pack everything up so we can do this end of the room, and prepare this end of the room for the fireplace people. I don't know what we're going to do when they're here, because obviously we can't be in this room. So I think the thing to do is just go out for the day, which kind of fills me with dread, because I'm not a great one for going outside. So tap those on the bottom so you know you've got them exactly right. This of course is wider, which we can deal with in a pretty easy manner. Get your stapler. Hold it quite firmly. Pop your staples in. Goes without saying. There we go, right. Let's trim these ends off. And ink them. Lovely, and then we want a bit of lace just to go over the top. So will this same lace that we've been using, yes, look at that, that will work a charm. So I'm going to stick it on with Cosmic Shimmer. Worked well the last time we used it. Oh, that's rather a lot, but never mind. The crochet lace does gobble glue up. It's like it seeps into it. That's fine, there's plenty of glue there. Stick that down. Trim the ends off. I'm fine with the staples on the back. If you want to push them in, get a hammer or whatever and just whack them down. I'll see if I can do that with the end of my scissors, so I don't have a hammer to hand. Mr. F is just getting me one, he's just so good. Close your ears, close your ears, close your ears. Thanks, Mr. F. So that's that just pushed down, and they're smooth as anything now, so that's great. The lace is on the front, nice and stuck. There's our little notepad. Don't need to do any more than that. How easily peasily was that? Very. So that sits there. It matches, matchy, 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 matchy. So, what I'm going to put on here then? Well, I have of course given it good thought about what I'm going to put in there. And I didn't come to any decision, so I just thought I'd record it then. No, I don't know what I'm doing, I'll record it. But, you know, there's nothing really new there, to be honest with you. What I think I'm going to do is make a tag out of this. It'll need backing, that's okay. Just make a nice, probably collage tag. So let's take some measurements, shall we, so we know what we're doing. It's always a good idea, I think. So inside the stitching for comfort is about 3 3/8. 3 3/8. I'm going to have to write this down because I won't remember it. 3 3/8 times by, let's do it where I can read the measurements. I'd say 5 3/4. 5 3/4. Now that's kind of an odd number, so I definitely would not remember that. So let's cut it out of here. The pattern is going to be going that way. There's nothing I can do about that, but we'll be all right. So 3 3/8. Yeah, that is a weird measurement. By, let's do it that way and then I can see the height. 5 3/4. So that's 5 3/4 there. That's 3 3/8 there. Excellent. Let's cut that. We've certainly made this paper do its full duty. There we go. Right. So what I'm planning on doing is just building a collage. And I don't think I'll sew around it until I've built the collage, because I might want to put some, you know, catch some pieces in there. So I'm thinking that I probably want to use some of this. Let me just see if I can unearth my Decoupage trimmer. Wow, that was quite painless. I thought that might have been worse. So I'm going to cut just a piece off here. And I probably want it that sort of width. Yeah. Right, let's have a look then. So yeah, I could put that up there. Question then is what else I'm going to use. Excuse me, what else do we have in the kit? Well, I've got loads in the kit, absolutely loads. I've got this green paper, but on the back it's got this. That might look quite nice. Sort of a piece of that. Right. I'm just going to have to fold this over, I think. Just cut a bit off. And I have to chop it with my scissors. Put that down there. Might look quite nice there actually, and then this piece, and then one of the fussy cuts, perhaps not even any more than that. Perhaps that will be adequate. I've got a little squirrel here. He would look great. He'd look great sat there. So, marvellous. Let's just trim this end off. I want it to about there. Trim that off. Okay, where's my mark gone? I think that's it there. So that can go there. This can go here. I need something else. I need one more something else. But what is the question? I don't really want that bright green that's the other side of... Or do I? No, I think it's just too bright. It's too bright and the wrong green. Everything. Is there one of these I don't like? No, I like them all. So what else have I got that came with my kit that I might not like? Well, I certainly don't like Freddy Fishface. So maybe I could utilise some of this on the other side of dear old Freddy. I'm going to have to cut him off. You've got to make the best out of what you've got, haven't you? So let's cut that. Tell you what, I'm going to sew around this first. That's the thing to do. When in doubt, do a bit of sewing. Right, so I'll do my collage up to the line that I've just sewn. It's going to have to be back this anyway, so that's okay. Right, so there it is. There's this, which needs a little bit chopped off it now. Yep, that's great. And this, which could go there. And we just need something for up there. Not much of anything really. So yeah, just the other side of the leaves to about there. Keep that. I've still got Freddy, honestly. Freddy, can you not learn? I'm just going to cut that brown bit off on the bottom and see what we've got. Right. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. And then we'll put something on the top, like they're just a touch too wide. I've got a blue tit. It's maybe just a bit too wide as well. I've got some strawberries. Oh, they're gorgeous. Oh yeah, they might be a contender. Anyway, what I have established is I've done enough decoupage cutting. I can't put it back where I got it from. I'll stay there. Right. So we need to get inking and get sticking. I mean, you choose papers that you like, obviously, that you think look good together. Let's go in there. This is the next one down. Let's go in. Oh, that's upside down, isn't it? It's going that way. It's got writing on it, so it's going to go that way. And then this piece of tea stained paper, which I really like. And that's going to go there, like that. Wonder if it would look better not. Yeah, I think it would actually. Just put pencil line there where I want to cut it. Come on, Mr. Trimmer, out you come again. Sorry, it is quite noisy, that decoupage trimmer. So I apologise if I've deafened you with that. Yeah, I like that better, that's nice. Keep all your bits and pieces because we might be decoupaging the outside. I don't know whether to just zigzag right down there. I'm quite tempted to be honest. And in fact, I might just do it. I'm going to get my glue stick out because I'm going to the sewing machine with it and just stick it temporarily down that edge, exactly where I want it. There is where I want it. And I think I'm just going to zigzag down there just to add a bit of interest. How exciting. I realise it's not that exciting. Lovely. Something different. I love collages actually that have got stitching on them. They are, you know, they just moves it up a level in my mind. So I'm just going to stick some glue stick over those stitches. That was a bit excessive, and over these ones at the top just so they don't come unravelled. So that's going to go there like that. Perfect. And this is going to go there. So do I want to stitch that as well? Well, I don't see why not. I do not see why not. So let's get that in the right place. Yep, everything's perfect there. Okay, and I'm just going to zigzag down there. I'm not doing the other way on, whatever that is, vertical. I'm just going to lock it off at the start and finish. It didn't lock it off for reasons best known to itself. I haven't got a clue why, but it doesn't really matter. Let's see if I can hook this stitch out. No, it doesn't want to, so that's alright. I'll just put glue stick on it. And a little bit right at the bottom. Trim the ends off. And by golly, I think we might have got ourselves a bit of a collage with stitching to boot. I've got glue stick all over my fingers now, and I can tell you it's very sticky. Let's get rid of these threads. Right, okay. So this wants to go onto there like that. And it's going to be rather more of a journaling card than a tag, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Let's glue it on. So I'm going to glue it on with collall, despite the fact I really feel that I want to glue it on with glue stick, because glue stick is much tackier than I thought it was. I've inked, yeah, I've inked everywhere. Phew! That's great. I really like that actually. It's nice. Just a bit of something different. Although we may well implement that on the covers, I'm not sure yet. Make sure the edges are pressed down firmly. So I'm going to round the corners to make it into a proper journaling card and make it go into the pocket that little bit easier. Actually, I might as well do the back. Stick it onto some coffee tea stained paper, which I've got a piece here. So I'm going to do that as well with collall. We'll have a nice sturdy journaling card then. Yeah, I'm glad I sewed around it. I'm glad I put the zigzag stitching on it. All of these you don't have to do at all. You'll still end up with a jolly nice journal, I would have thought, without any stitching whatsoever. Just a light stitching. Right, so let's pop this onto here. Just give it a second or two to tack up a bit. While we think, do we actually want to stick a fussy cut onto there or not? I think we like the strawberries, don't we? They are quite large and you lose a bit of them up there. We've got a little squirrel. Well, he's not little, he's huge. It's a bit too huge for that. It's like a phantom squirrel. What else do I have? I have leaves. They just get lost. I've got flowers. That's not the right sort of place for flowers. And then we are into, well, I've got a hedgehog. He just doesn't look right there. I've got a smaller blue tit. He looks quite nice down there actually. And I have, of course, got never-ending labels. No. I'm going to leave that and think about it. I'll come back to it come back to it with fresh eyes one day and think, yeah, that's what needs to go in there. Oh, I've just found a small squirrel. Yeah, he might be it, but I can't say definitely. I just can't say. So I'm hoping everybody's managing to keep up. I'm not doing masses in a day, so you might be, but I mean, if not, you know, the videos, you can always come back and watch them anytime. Let's go around these corners before I ink. And get that ink round into the pocket, making progress. My paper on the outside has cracked when I've scored it. Now I'm not sure if that's because my new scorer is a bit keen, or if the paper's just cracky paper. I don't believe it is, but it doesn't really matter. The thing is, the overriding problem is it's cracked. So I'm going to have to, you know, along the crease where I folded it. So I'm going to have to come up with something, some device to, I'm going to put some roses on the back of there, if I can find them. Yeah, here they are. Not very much, just a little bit. There we are, that's nice. Just finishes it off nicely. Let's try it in its place, see what it looks like. Oh, it looks nice, I like it. Yep, that's lovely. That's really nice. The inside is fabulous, I love it. So this is the bit that will be sewn into the front part of the signature, and this will be in the back part, like that. Yeah, plenty of room. So we need to decorate the entire outside of here, and you see what I mean, it has just slightly cracked, and I don't like that. So it may just be that I stick a piece of paper down over it. That's probably really just going to be the solution. But in the interim, we need to decorate these. So what should we decorate them with then, guys? I'm open to any suggestions at all. I've still got some of my die cut flowers left. They would be lovely, I'm sure. Yeah, they look nice on there, don't they? You kind of lose the leaves a bit though, don't you? You know, if I were to put leaves on there with that, you can't even really see them, so maybe not that. Let's have a look through the papers, see what we've got. Lovely, lovely, lovely things. Oh, what's this one? This is a nice one. This is really nice. That's the way that it goes, because there's writing up there. And this is the back, and I love it. I adore that. How would that be if we did that and put flowers on top of that? What would that look like? Oh, it would look pretty gorgeous, wouldn't it? Yeah, okay, right, I've decided. So I need to cut these to go inside the stitching. Let me just have a look at the other side. That also would look nice, wouldn't it? Can't deny it would. And then I wouldn't need to use my flowers. Oh no, not another decision. I do love that though. This bit here is there's no flowers on the back of it. So let's cut this out and see what happens. So I'm lining it up with the stitching, because I want it to go inside the stitching. So there and there. Let's cut that off and place it down, see what we think. I'll probably need this one. If you could only see what's just the other side of this, it's ridiculous. I've even got water from when I was decoupaging many moons ago. So let's just place this where the pencil marks are. Where is the pencil mark? There it is. That's not right. Oh yeah, it's there. And there. Okay. Just move that, drat it. Right, let's cut this out. I'm feeling brave. Oh, sorry, just knocked the microphone. So this is what we've got. We've got this on one side, which is very lovely, and this on the other, which is very much a background, I would say. And could it be a background to our die cut flowers? Let's have a look. Well, I think it actually really could be. That's very pretty. Yeah, that I think that's, yeah, I think that's happening. So let's cut the others out. Just before I commit too much, let's cut a piece out for here. I feel really bad about chopping these flowers up, but never mind. Let's carry on. Pencil mark just inside the stitching. Yeah, just carry straight on. I think the stitching's relatively straight, in which case I'm going to take my longer ruler and cut along there. And we've preserved that. And is that the first mark? Yep. So I'll cut that off there. Make sure it's kind of straight. There might be some odd measurement, but make sure it's straight at least. Let's try that. Perfect. Yeah, that was that side, wasn't it? And, oh, I need to measure it against this one. Which way does the writing go? That way. Yeah, lovely, lovely, lovely. Got that up there. And save that, because it's just, oh, look at it, it's gorgeous. Ah, that was difficult, wasn't it, guys? Well, it's difficult for me. So I think we need to ink around all of these. I might put this there and not put anything else on it, because I think that speaks loudly enough for itself. So let's get the ink board out and the ink and the brush, wherever that has managed to hide itself. I don't know. Oh yeah, see its tail end sticking out. There we go. So I'm loading the brush, tapping it off as ever. And I want quite a nice bit of ink around here. By quite a nice bit of ink, I mean quite a lot, because all ink's the same niceness. It's all lovely. Right, there we are. Now I'm just going to get the dauber and do the edges, because doing it with the brush, it doesn't really accentuate the edge. It blends it into the centre, but it just doesn't get the edge, so it's worth going round just to make it stand out a little bit. Okay, so that's that one. Move on to the middle one. This little trifold seems to have taken us quite a while, but it is nice. Can't say it's not nice. There we are, and I'm just going to ink around the edge again. You see, it makes a real difference. Lovely, that's the middle section done. I've just got this one to go. Lovely. Lovely. Let's go around the edge and then we're ready to stick. Excellent. Oops. Excellent job. Right, ink board can go away. Let's move these down. This will help to keep these straight as well. So that's how they're going to be, like that. And I think that's gorgeous. I really, really like that. I mean, if you wanted to, use the other side of the paper. If you don't like it at all, use whatever bit out of your pad that you do fancy using. Or make a collage. Cover it with collage. That would look nice. Choice is all yours. You might want to watch all of the videos through to the end and see which bits of paper I've got left. See how it all goes together. Up to you. So this goes inside the stitching fairly sort of evenly. I'm just going to press lightly around the edges and just leave it a minute to tack itself up whilst I stick the next one on. I must say I didn't keep my two paper pads separate, so I can't tell you which which is which. I think this is the one, not the Stamperian. I can't remember the name of it, if I'm honest with you. Yep, lovely. Let's go around the edge of that one. And come back to this one and get a wipe and really push this down this time. Go. Just while I'm waiting for that to tack up, I'll put the third piece on. Isn't that lovely? We could have gone for that. We could have done, but we didn't. Because we're going to put our die cuts on. I think that might be the end of our die cuts actually, after we get them stuck on here. I'm very tempted to do some more, but I can't really because I know that you guys I've only got what came in the pack, so I can't just go using dies willy-nilly, die cuts, because you might not be able to, if you are, I would. So just press around the outside fairly gently, and then I'll come back to this one and give it a really good push down. That minute that you leave it to sit, the job just goes so much more smoothly because it's begun to tack up, so it's not squelchy. Just going to get my brayer out, or friendly persuader as I like to call it, and persuade these to stick down. Looking nice. I think it really is looking nice. So let's pop the lid on the collal. I can't wait to wash my hands, I can tell you. And get the wipe, give it a really good press down. There we go. Right, so that's got those on. Let's put the brayer away. So all I need to do now is decide. Well, they've stayed in there very nicely, which is great. This is going to be the piece that you'll see on the front of the journal. So what do we want on there? Well, let's have a look and see which flowers I've got left. I've got these. This is it. Oh, I've got rather more than I thought. Aren't they awful for getting tangled up? Honestly, they're driving mad. And that, and I think that's my lot. I think that's all I've got. So can I make that go three ways? I quite like the idea of having that on there with some sort of leaf. Got that blue, that might go there. Actually, that looks pretty. Oh, I've really not got any others. Is that really all I've got? Yeah, that is really all I've got. Oh dear. Yeah, well, I like that. Nothing wrong with that. So that would be one of them. There. So then I've got this one. And I've got this leaf, which is quite bendy. You can make that bend because it's so thin. So yeah, that's okay, I think. I could put a label along at the bottom. Let's get the labels out. Just a plain one, I think. We'll see what it looks like. Plain one like that. It does go really nicely, doesn't it? Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. And what I'm left with... Oh, come on. Come on, you don't want to stick to that. Is this one, which is lovely, with this leaf assemblage. Yeah, that's fine. Right, so that's putting those to really good use, I think. Then we'll put these on, then we'll deal with the label situation. Oh, that reminds me, I wasn't going to put any on that, was I? So when you come to it in the journal, you'll see that. When you fold it over, you'll see that. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly lovely. So I can preserve 2 of my flowers because I'll put them on there and on there. Excellent, excellent news. I think I do, however, want the daisy here because it's just so gorgeous. So I don't know what colour daisy you've got. I made them all different colours just for a bit of interest. But my yellow daisy is definitely going on here. I'm using Cosmic Shimmer. Because the die cuts were cut in watercolour paper, they are quite thick and fairly resistant to sticking. So use a good glue and lots of it to get it to stick down. I must say these die cuts really do look lovely. I'm not just saying that because I painted them. I mean, they're just lovely die cuts. And guess what I got yesterday? I got the new set of wildflower dies. And I'm dying to try them out. So let's pop that fairly centrally there. Got a lot of excess glue going on here. It just happens. When you're doing these, it just happens. But if you've got a dry wet wipe, you can pick it all up, just like it never occurred. As I say to you, the thing to do is stick these down, then come back after a week or whatever, and just check that they really are all stuck down satisfactorily. Because sometimes they can just pop off. It's just not enough for that. So it's going to have to be that one, I think. That looks nice, doesn't it? Yeah, just bear with me, guys. I'm sticky, it's sticky. Oh my goodness me. Let's have a party. A sticky party. Oh, that doesn't sound nice. Okay, there we go. Let's get this down. So I kind of want it to come that way. And when they're like this with the stalks, stems, whatever, are so thin, you can actually manoeuvre them quite a lot without any detriment. Lovely, that looks really nice. I think. Now then, there's just the label to take care of, which I thought I might use a plain one for. There's a plain one that size, and there's a plain one a smaller size. So I'll lay another 2 out of those while I'm in here. There's that one. No, don't like that. For the ones at the back. It's about the same. Right. So let's just decide. I quite like that, and I quite like it there. Need something stamped on it, so let's get the stamps out. While I'm doing that, I'll do the other one for the back. Let's just try the smaller one down there. Ah, yeah, you see, that looks nice. Yeah, smaller one it is. Archival ink, Ranger Archival in sepia is what I'm using. Does that fit on there? No, not really. Does that? Yeah, it will just about. It's quite tight. This one will. Yeah, this one will. Perfect. So I want something else for the one on the back. It always amuses me when I see this way up, because that's kind of exactly how I feel. What's that one? Book number 710. I think that'll do. That's a bit hazy, but it will be fine. Put that away. Right, let's get this stuck on then. I think it's an excellent use of those die cuts. You kind of want to hang on to them, that's the thing. You want to hang on to them and hang on to them. And I can just imagine we're going to get to the end of the journal and we're still going to have all our die cuts intact, because we've saved them, we've hoarded them, like we hoard everything. Quite like that up that way actually. Yeah, I'm going to put that up there. Yeah, I like that way, so that's fine. And the other one is this one. So I'm going to have this left over if I'm not careful. So I'm thinking I might just use it there, like that, with a leaf. Yeah, that's pretty, isn't it? Now I've got this left over, so I'll make a huge bouquet. No, that's just too much. How about just those two? Well, either which way, this is going on first, so let's get that stuck down. Oh, what a sticky mess. Right, and this goes all the way from the bottom. And it actually just about makes it to the top. I've bent that a bit this time because I just think it looks more natural if it's bent. And I've no idea what sort of flower or weed or whatever it is. I've no idea. But it looks better like that. Make sure that's stuck down at the bottom. And then this one that I'm just going to bend that way a little, I think. Yeah, pretty, pretty. I've just got natural light today. I've got one light on, but not the big studio lights that we normally have on, because it's such a bright day. And I'm looking forward to summer when I don't have to have any of the lights on because they're blinking warm. And if the fire's on and the lights are on, whoo-wee, it does get warm. Okay, I think that's fine. There we go. I think that's adequate, I really do. So let's pop the pin back in the glue, and this is what I've managed to preserve, these two. So I still have some die cuts left, and I've got this one. I might put that there, I quite like it there. Just going to ink around it. I forgot to ink around the last one. Not that it's a deal breaker, but right. All the glue's sunk down to the bottom of the thing now. Wrong way around. Okay, so there we go. We've finished our trifold, and it doesn't need any closure on it. You know, it doesn't need any strings or wrapping or anything like that. It will get sewn in there. So this will be on one side. Oh, look at that, isn't that gorgeous? And this will be the other side, which will fold out, like so. I know what we haven't addressed. The cracks on the paper, which I really do need to address. What shall I use? Have I got any cream card around? Yeah, I have. Got a sheet that came with the kit. So I think I'll just cut it and glue it, literally, just to hide that cracker, because I don't like it. So I'm just going to cut 2-inch strips off here. So if you've got the same problem, this may be the solution. If you've got fabric, and I have got fabric, but I'm aware that a lot of you might not, that's why I'm using paper, then feel free to use the fabric. You know, feel free to use anything you've got. The kit is just kind of an idea. So that will be one. Nothing's easy, is it? I'll cut another one off at 1 inch, and then I'm going to ink them to within 1 inch of the life. Lovely, pop that back in the kit. I'm not too fussed about the length of them at this stage. I can cut them down after I've positioned them. But we do need to ink them quite heavily, I would suggest. It's a shame it cracked, but it did, and I'm pretty sure it's to do with that pointy, pokey tool, whatever it is, scoring tool that I've just bought. I mean, it was cheap, but I didn't expect it to be ferocious. So that's fine. And this one as well. It'll also give it, you know, when you sew the signature in, it'll give it just a bit more stability in that central section. So I hope that your paper hasn't cracked and that it's just mine being awkward. I wasn't expecting it to, because it's actually more like paper than card. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that blooming tool. So let's go around the edge with a dauber. It does make a heck of a difference actually, edging it, you know, giving it a real edge. There's no point doing that end because it's going to be chopped off. The other end might be as well. We'll see. Okay, and the other one. All takes time, doesn't it, eh? I'm glad I decided to do a separate video for the decoration of this, because it would have been a heck of a video all in one. Right, there we go. So I'm going to get my scoreboard out and just score these at 1/2 inch. Get my proper scoring tool. Here it is, the one that came with the board. So I'm quite confident it's not going to go cracking this. That's one. And this one. Lovely. Put the scoreboard away. Just fold those on the crease. I'll scream if this cracks. Lovely. Right. So we want that there. I don't think it's going to look too bad actually. I could sew down it if I wanted to. I don't think I need to. I'm just going to cut that off at the right height. It'll make it easier for me to see where the crease line is here. So that's right on the crease line. That's right on the crease line, great. Let's put a little mark there, a little mark there. That should guide us. So a bit of collal. Okay, so let's just be guided by that mark up there and this mark down here. Lay that on, just give it a minute to think about things. I'll do this one, do the same thing. Get that right on the crease mark. That right on the crease mark. Collal. Get that over the crease line. Make sure that's over the crease line. Yeah, lovely. I've got a bit of squelching going on here, so I just want to wipe that off before it gets any worse. And then just leave it alone for a minute. Come back to this one. I might put faux stitching on this, you know. It's like the kind of place that faux stitching would look very good. Right. So it's, as I say, it's a shame that we had to put those on, but it's for the best. Oh, upside down. So that'll fold there. Yeah, that'll be great. But I'll just leave it to dry flat just now. Leave it to dry flat, and then when it's dry, then we can bend it. So I'm thinking faux stitching. That's what I'm thinking. So I've got a brown fine liner, I've got black, I've got green. I'm thinking I'll go with brown. Let's just have a little trial first. Oh, there's a random label. Just make sure that I can do it. Yeah, I can do it. So let's start down here then. Something very satisfying about this. I don't quite know what, but it is satisfying, and I do like the look of it, which is the main thing. Oh, I'm getting into my swing now. Oh, nearly came off the side of the paper. I like that. It's made something that could potentially have been quite ugly into something quite nice. Same on this side. It's a good excuse for you to buy fine liners. But as I say, I bet your paper doesn't crack. It won't crack if you haven't got one of those silly new tools that I bought. That I really kind of wish I hadn't now. Nearly there. There we go. Right, that's it. So there we are. We have completed the trifold. It just needs to, I'm going to leave it till it's properly dry and then fold it. But that's the outside of it. So this is a page that you'll see in the front. Inside is really, really nice. With our lovely aviary collage paper from Timmy. A little notebook. It's really nice when you take things out of here and you can see those birds. And then here we've got the 2 tags in the pockets. Does that? Oh, it says hum. I thought it said bum. So they go in like that, and that goes in like that. So we've got our nice 2 tags, and they're all backed and ready to rock. And that's the inside. I don't know which I like best, actually. I like the inside and the outside. Anyhow, that brings us to the end of that trifold section. Next time we'll be moving on to probably decorating more pages, etc, etc. But that will be, for me, the other side of the fireplace. Oh, I wish it would hurry up and get done already. And the wallpapering after it. Oh, doing the skirting boards and the door. Oh, it's horrible. Hate thinking about it, but anyway, it's got to be done. There's no choice. So I shall see you guys soon. See if you can get up to where I am, and then we'll start all over again. But it doesn't matter if you don't. You can watch them and watch them and watch them before you begin. So I hope you've enjoyed it thus far. I have. Some of it's been a bit long-winded, but you know, that's just me. And I'll see you again very soon. Please take care and have fun doing this. Bye for now. Bye.